Today's talk is about Jewish thoughts on stress. Well, stress, originally from what I understand, was a result of like the fight or flight. When you're walking along and an animal wants to eat you or you feel under attack, your body naturally responds to that by sending adrenaline to the arms and to the legs to get you out of there so you don't become the animal's next meal. Well, thank God we don't live in a society now, most of us, that have to worry about getting eaten by large animals. But the same problem occurs of stress, but it becomes more of a modern day stress. Stress from paying bills, stress from relationships, stress trying to find a parking spot, stress, all sorts of ways stress is. Stress is just an overload. Stress comes many, many ways, and as I just said. But we have to spend time and understand what stress really is. Is it something natural? Is it something created? Yes, there's a natural portion of us, our body has stress, but how much of it do we learn and we create in a way? Because if you keep going with stress, remember, like the animal that's trying to chase after you, you've now locked your body up in adrenaline mode. So now your body's permanently in adrenaline mode. What does that really mean? It's not functioning the way it's created. Basically, from a Torah's perspective, everything in front of us is good. Yes, you can say things are bad. We have a choice. I mean, the Torah says we were given the refuah, we were given the healing before the sickness. So if we're already given the healing, it means there must be an answer. So there's many ways we have to try and work out is how to access the refuah, the healing. Because it's already there, it was created first. So by taking on this negativity of stress, not knowing where to park, not this, what are you really doing? Hashem was there to help us. Hashem created everything. Hashem created the healing first. So by taking it on, we're now overloading our body unnecessarily. We're taking on things that we're never created to do in a long term. Remember the same thing of fight or flight, getting out of there. But if you keep holding those thoughts, you keep hammering the body all the time. Not really the way we were created. We're created to understand that what we were given was for our good and to help us grow. It's a very, very complex subject and takes a lot of time and effort to understand it. Okay, there are extreme cases, there are cases that beyond my simple understanding and why it was created. But I'm just trying to stick with the basics and the more simple things. Like, we'll just stick on an easy one. A parking spot, getting stressed that you won't have a parking spot. Well, I feel one logic way is, if you're stressed over the situation, is it going to help you find a parking spot? Couldn't you just ask God or Hashem, please help me find a parking spot? You know what's good for me. And if I take longer to find the parking spot, well, then I have to accept that. That is also good for me. Because we only see a small picture in a big overall picture of the whole world. So by getting worked up, oh, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. Well, who knows, that 5 minutes late in a bigger picture could be saving a life. Could be helping us in many ways. It may seem like a negative outcome that you'd be late. But if you really find the good out of it, you find that it is really helping you. It may not help you, might not get the answer straight away. That's called instant gratification, but it will come to you eventually. So the easy way to understand how to deal with stress is realize it's really a test. To me, a test can be broken down to something really simple. Test means there has to be an answer. So if we look at the situation, oh, I can't find a parking spot, that's taking on the negative emotions and not the way we were created. But you've already given up on the test. By asking God or Hashem, please help find me a parking spot, you've now changed your thinking straight away. Now it can be open as, okay, when it's my time, I'll find a parking spot. Or maybe I'll need to park further away for some good reasons. And you may be willing to go and find the parking spot a bit further away, or willing to just stay there. Or in a different situation, maybe just it's not time to park now, I have to come back at another time. But being open to those different options now frees us. You can get the same outcome. Eventually you're going to park and go where you need to go, but how you approach it is really the main thing. Do you want to take on the stress and it's very harming. Or you want to be open and find good and see that the beauty that we're all presented. I thank you so much for taking the time and allowing me to share this with you. I look forward to sharing much more with you. I appreciate if you subscribe. Share this with other people. All together we can help and make a big army to help other people, make everyone feel good, give them a different perspective in life. And thank you once again.